Hey, I'm here to help horses with their human issues. I'm Aisha Michelle Lynn with Twisted Bit Equine Dentistry. Today, I just wanted to make a quick video about aging horses, young, middle age, and old. So if you would, please make sure to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and if you have any questions specifically about aging or determining age on a horse, please drop those questions below. So let's get into it. So it's not very hard to tell if you have a young horse, a middle age, or old horse. Back in the day, everyone, old wise tale, would go off the Galvain's groove, but mistakenly they would look at the stain on the horse's third incisor and think that that was the Galvain's groove and would determine, hey, there's no stain, it's a young horse, or hey, there's a big stain, it's an old horse. That's not quite what a Galvain's groove is. A Galvain's groove is actually a notch in the third incisor, and this is the least accurate way to determine an age on a horse. So the easiest way to determine if you have a young horse is to see if it's a baby, see if there's baby teeth in there. And baby teeth look dramatically different than a mature horse or older horse. Baby teeth tend to be a little wider, have a dome shape at the top versus a square shape tooth, and those are milk teeth, deciduous teeth, or baby teeth. Those baby teeth stay in the mouth. They have a baby mouth up until the age about 4.5, 5 years old. They have a full adult horse mouth. So these two here, they're full adult horses. So I don't have any baby teeth to show you specifically on these horses, but we're still going to go over some things really quickly. Like I said, the milk teeth, they're dome, they're a lot brighter, they're a lot wider than the adult teeth, and they're very easy to recognize. Now, as the horse starts aging, of course, their teeth change and they fall out and adult teeth come in. So you'll have your central incisors, typically at birth up until 6 days. They'll usually pop out. They're nice and wide and white. And then the second set, they come in around 6 weeks. The third incisors, they come around 6 months. It could come a little sooner, it could come a little later, but that's typically the age of when they start getting these front milk teeth. Now, the molars in the back, they have premolars. Those typically do come in at birth as well, or up to 6 days. Your second set of premolars of the baby comes in around the same time as the incisors, around 6 weeks plus or minus, and then your third one around 6 months to a year. Now these are premolars, or not molars, and this is just when I'm talking about erupting or coming in. Now, when they start aging out, the teeth shed, the baby teeth fall out just like human teeth, but it's called shedding, and they start to shed their first incisor around 2.5 years. So you may see them coming out in between 2 to 2.5 years. They may not be fully in wear at 2.5, but those baby teeth come off, the adult teeth are coming in. You might see a double row of teeth. It looks really funny and you're freaking out, something's wrong, or they're bleeding because it fell out. It's all normal. This is a normal process. Sometimes they do need help pulling them out if they don't shed properly or on time, and that's why you hire an equine dentist to do that for you. But these central ones here, they usually shed around 2.5, and then your second row of incisors will shed around 3.5, and your third incisors will shed around 4.5. Now these teeth come in wear, within that time frame or 6 months later. But then you also have canines. George over here has canines, she doesn't. They come in around 4.5 years of age. So that also can give you a quick age. If you feel the canines or start seeing them barely erupt out, you have a 4-year-old to 4.5-year-old horse. Fully in wear, all your baby cats should be out at that point in the back of the mouth. Hopefully all of them are coming out in cycle and in sync by 4 years old. But by 5 years old, all your baby teeth should be fully in and fully in wear and being used in the mouth at 5 years old. Your molars do not have baby teeth. They are adult teeth when they come in. They're directly behind the first 3 premolars in the horse's mouth. Had we been working over here in the first quadrant, I'd be saying 100s, but I'm over here in the second quadrant, which is the 200s. I go over horse numbering later on in another video. Make sure to check it out as well. But we're going to start over here at the 209, right here in the central. This is the 209. It comes in at 1 year old, and then your 210 comes in at 2 years old, and then your 211 comes in at 3 years old. So when I open a horse's mouth and I know very quickly that it's missing it's number 11, lower here quadrant is the 3, so it's missing the 311. I know this horse is not quite 3 years old yet. Easy to tell if you know what you're looking for. But your equine dentist professional will know every single tooth number. They should know every single time frame or time range that your horse's tooth should be coming in. So say your horse is, 3 and he hasn't fully shedded his first premolar here and he needs a little help. He knows that, hey, that's a drastic concern. That tooth should have shedded. Let's make some space for that adult tooth to erupt into its proper place. But just like I said, milk teeth are nice, bright, and white and kind of domey when they come in. When your adult teeth start coming in and you have a young horse, their front teeth is going to look very boxy, very squarish up until, it turns middle age. So you're going to look at the front of the horse's teeth and you're going to see a nice big square box. Also, if you were to look at the surfaces of their incisors, they're going to have maybe an oval shape to the horse's tooth. It's going to be very oval and roundish shape. That is indicative of a younger horse, between the ages of 5 to I would say close to 8 or 9. At 10 years old and 15 years old, they start changing in their shape and size because they're getting into the central part of the reserve crown. And as they erupt, they get closer to the root tip and they change shape again. And so she's losing her boxy squareness and she looks more rectangular. Maybe she has a little bit of squareness going on still in her third incisors, but I'm looking at her central incisors. They're very rectangle. When you also look at the shape of her lower incisors, they have more of a triangular shape. So if you could see that they're a little bit more triangular shape than maybe oval. And so that tells me she's not a baby. She's not near 5 years old. She's a little bit more mature than a younger horse. As horses age, their teeth shape change, obviously, dramatically. Like George over here. He's a senior horse, and his teeth are a completely different shape than Susie's. So he's 20 plus. He has a couple broken teeth. Don't mind that. I haven't taken the best care of him. But his teeth are very long, very skinny, very rectangular, nowhere near the boxy-ish, squarish rectangular shape that Susie has. Very skinny, long rectangle. That tells me he's an older horse. So young, middle-aged, and old, very easy to tell. You have a square, a bit boxy when it's younger. It's a little thick, rectangular shape if it's middle-aged, and senior horses, long and skinny. Now, another difference with his teeth versus Susie's, like I said, Susie had a very triangular shape lower jaw. Lower incisors, and George here, they're a little bit more oblong or oblique shape. So she has a little triangular point here and a very wide base here. He's a little bit wide base here, and it's a little bit more round. We're getting closer to the end of the root tip or the lifespan of the horse's tooth. And so you no longer see that triangular shape. It's a little more oblong, a little more round, and we know by the shape of the surface of the tooth, by the shape of the actual tooth, that he's a senior horse and she's a middle-aged horse. That's all I have for today for helping your horses with their human issues. If you have any other questions specifically about horse age or oral health care, please drop them below. Make sure to like my video and subscribe to my page. I'll see you next time.